Hallo Leute und willkommen zurück zu Without Within 2. Wir haben das letzte Mal das Hotel erreicht, endlich mal, und sind eingecheckt und haben erstmal Probleme gehabt. Nachdem wir getan haben, als könnten wir so toll mit Technik umgehen, konnten wir es wohl auf einmal nicht mehr, als wir nicht gecheckt haben, dass wir für das Licht nochmal die Karte brauchen. Und jetzt haben wir noch relativ viel Hunger, wollen uns aber nicht an dem Kühlschrank bedienen, weil das sehr teuer werden könnte und Vinti sowieso schon Geldmangel hat. Deshalb suchen wir uns was jetzt zu snacken. After putting my shoes on, I left the hotel to see where I could go for a dinner. A tram rounded the corner and blinded me with its headlights as I stepped out. I crossed the road and exchanged good evenings with a lady walking her dog. The people here sure seem friendly. Once we passed each other, I strolled on alone through the empty street. Let's see, I passed a church, a school, and a video rental. None of them had any food to offer, obviously. 10 minutes later, I finally reached a chain of restaurants, but most of them had already shut their lights. Oh, this noodle soup still had people inside. It would have to do. The wind chimes jingled as I pulled the door open and walked in. The lady behind the counter wore an apron over her pyjama, making me feel like I was visiting a friend's house. Finally, a person dressed in something other than the suit. She beamed at me and I returned the gesture. In the corner sat a wooden chair with a missing leg. The staff had glued a piece of paper that read "Please do not sit" on the backrest. Thanks for the warning, but I doubted anyone would try anyway. A dozen customers managed to cram inside this tiny restaurant. Their body heat warmed up the room, and compared to the outside cold, I welcomed it. Some of these diners were chatting a bit too loudly, but at least the place felt alive. I crab walked past the customers before taking a seat next to the counter. Once I settled in, the cashier lady handed me a menu. I shooed off a buzzing fly before opening the booklet. Well, I said booklet. But it was in fact just a sheet of paper, Arial 12 pixel with a white background. Classic. The page's corner had been torn off, so someone just taped the thing back together. Ja, immerhin. At least the recipes listed here actually made sense to me. A menu's design should have no relation to the food quality anyway. I appreciated Exilia's treating me to that first-class meal, but my heart felt more at ease in a place like this. The lady came back a minute later and I ordered a bowl of beef noodles. As she took the menu from me, she said, "You're a new face. Did you move in recently?" The lady used a booming voice that allowed her to speak over the restaurant noise, but her smile told me she just wanted to strike up a conversation, so I let my shoulders relax as well. Na toll. Ich fange an und es sind gerade mal erstaunliche 4 Minuten vergangen. Okay, können wir mal sagen, ich halte jetzt noch 10 Minuten aus und wir sind bei 5 Minuten. Da werde ich jetzt erstmal einen Cut machen müssen, aber ich denke nicht, dass es das schon mit dem Video war. Ich werde nochmal Zeit finden, keine Sorge. Gleich wird es wahrscheinlich weitergehen. Aber da hier gerade keine Bewegung ist, habe ich ein bisschen Angst. Wir gehen mal kurz weiter und ich stoppe jetzt das Video. Circa einen Schokocroissant und 70 Chips später. Achso, genau. Nur fressen. Nee. Ja, okay. Wir machen weiter. Juhu. I'm here on... Halt. Erst Uhr 27. Geile Zeit. Dann sagen wir noch 13 Minuten drauf. Und sind dann bei 40. Okay. I'm here on holidays, I said. My name's Vinti, by the way. Oh. The lady clasped her hands together. Staying in that hotel up the road, I'm guessing. Welcome to Melbourne. How are you finding it here? Yeah, pretty cool. I got to visit the Skydeck today, so that was neat. Ah, the Utopia Tower or something, right? Eureka, actually. Haha, I've never been there. The lady scratched the back of her head. It's always the locals who take these places for granted. You know how it is. Oi, get back to work. Achso, oi. Keine Ahnung, ich von wem kenne ich denn das? Irgendwer spricht dieses OI so richtig gepresst aus, dass es richtig cool klingt. Ah, woher? Das habe ich gerade versucht zu imitieren, aber ich glaube, ich habe es nicht wirklich geschafft. A man's voice shouted from the kitchen. He must be the chef, and perhaps this lady's husband as well. Whoops, shit, the lady winked at me before running into the kitchen. I would never catch a flight attendant swear like this. Yes, yet sometimes, when people chose to act all formal. I might as well be talking to robots. Ja, das ist richtig. Ich rede auch immer voll normal. Auch wenn ich irgendwie so Deutsch- oder Englisch-Texte schreiben muss in der Schule, in irgendwelchen Arbeiten, dann mache ich das nicht so formell, dann schreibe ich da auch mal so menschlich. This restaurant let me lose my breath and undo my collar button. As in, you know, if I had one. The lady came out carrying my beef noodles. After placing the bowl onto my table, she jogged back behind her counter, most likely to avoid getting told off again. I scooped up some soup with my spoon and took a sip. The heat burned my tongue a little, but this soup tasted so good I hardly cared. In my hungry state, I took only 5 minutes to empty the bowl. These noodles filled me up more than the first class meal I had with Exilia, and it cost less than half the price. I wondered if reaching the top meant I must abandon these simple pleasures. A sacrifice I felt ready to make, but it would still bum me out. As I walked up to the counter and paid the lady, she patted me on the shoulder. Come by again sometime, okay? I had enough trouble paying my rent, so I might never have a chance to visit Melbourne again. Still, I gave her a nod before leaving the restaurant. Now that I no longer had to worry about getting lost, I let the evening breeze caress my hair. Having spent most of the day in starvation, it sure felt nice to be full for a change. After crossing the road, I returned into my hotel and exchanged nods with that guy at the lobby as I strode by. A clock on the wall behind the stuff read 10 PM. Maybe this place had 24-hour check-in, which would mean I had sweated a bucket over nothing. I let out a yawn as I rode the elevator back up to floor 1. For your information, I happened to be an early sleeper. After returning into my room, I changed into my pyjamas. The light fabric of these short sleeves provided me with the comfort of being at home. I flopped onto the queen-sized bed and rolled around, causing my blanket to slip onto the floor in protest. Just for one night I could experience how reality slept. I just hoped this room had no security cameras, because I was acting like a 5-year-old right now. Rain began to pelt against the glass door that led to my balcony. Only a drizzle at first, but then droplets, then smashed down with full force as if begging to be let in. With the sky already dark, I had no way of knowing about this rain. Warm during the day, then freezing cold, and now this. The weather here reminded me of a moody child. Thank God I had already made it inside. If this rain fell while I was lost out there, I probably would have shed tears. My luck must be turning around. Wait, I still needed to hop on social media and see if Exilia had promoted my works as promised. I scrambled out of bed and grabbed my phone, which I had left inside my clothes on the carpet. After connecting to the hotel's Wi-Fi, I jumped into the Calligrapher subreddit. Okay, erstmal durchlesen. Funny Soccer Compilation, nix Spannendes, aber Reddit, immerhin macht er Werbung für Reddit. Cute Dog Plays Hide and Seek, okay, das ist okay, auch wenn ich Katzen mehr mag. What is going on? Und man sieht ein Auto, keine Ahnung. Magical Girl Transformation Tutorial, okay. How do I stop my cat from eating weird things? Snake Whisperer, hat das was von Harry Potter? What would you do in this situation? Opinion. This apartment is haunted. Achso. Mein apartment is haunted. Apples or tomatoes, we will never know. Das könnte vielleicht was mit dem Kleid zu tun haben. Welche Farbe das hat. What's your favorite childhood film? Means on Maps. Das ist ein richtig geiler Film. Den haben wir sogar noch auf dieser, wie heißen die, VHR oder VHS Kassette? Naja. There it was. Right on top of the page. A thread titled Fellow Calligrapher, genau. Fellow Calligrapher asked me to share this. Posted by Exilia. Let's see, 27 comments. There was more than all the threads I had ever created combined. Exilia's words sure drew a lot of attention. 0 upvotes. But oh well. With my trembling pinky I tapped on the thread to read the comments. Latest comment. Wow, this calligrapher begged Exilia for a plug. Shameless match. Jeez, I would downvote this twice if I could. What's with that photo? It's so blurry. Oh well, the real thing probably looks even worse. This person has some real guts wasting Exilia's time with this trash. Well, people always say there was no such thing as bad publicity, right? Probably, maybe, hopefully. Did Exilia really have to mention that I had asked her to promote me? If I had known her choice of words would suck this much, I never would have bothered making the request. It took all I had to refrain from hurling my phone at the mirror. Instead, I slammed my phone onto a table by the bed. My anger boiled the room, making it feel like the inside of a microwave. I flipped off all the lights with so much force that I almost chipped my nail. The room turned black, making me feel like I had fallen into a bottomless pit. After letting out a heavy breath, I clawed onto a bed and tossed the blanket over me. My mood might be to blame with this blanket, felt like sandpaper scraping against my arms. With my pulse still pumping from anger, I shut my eyes and tried to get some sleep. Shameless. Downvote. Worst. I twirled around the bed in hopes of finding a post that would help me fall asleep. In fact, I almost rolled off the queen-sized bed at one point. Nothing I tried worked, as those spite-filled comments kept echoing in my head. Eventually, fatigue took over, and I managed to sneak in an hour or two of sleep. Oh. Und das war Tag 1. Was sagt die Uhr? 36. Okay, dann machen wir noch kurz hier ein bisschen weiter in dem Zimmer. The rising sun peered through the curtains and ruined my slumber. As I opened my eyes, I insisted that the Reddit comments from last night must have been nothing but a bad dream. I threw my blanket onto the ground and jumped out of bed to pick my phone off the table. The second I unlocked my phone, those same comments appeared on my screen once more. No need to even wait for a page refresh before reality struck me right on the forehead. Just great. So much for taking another shower before leaving. I had no energy to even comb my hair. It took all I had just to brush my teeth and change out of my pajamas. Exilia's show took place at Federation Square this afternoon. I should get going soon. Hold on. Would the other calligraphers recognize me as the shameless girl on Reddit? If so, they might roll their calligraphers into balls and hurl them at me. This hate will hopefully die down after a few weeks. Showing my face the very next day, however, seemed about as wise as kicking a lion in the crotch. Exilia never posted any photos of my face onto that thread, so I guess it should be okay. Besides, I had accepted a grant for this trip, so I had an obligation to attend. Yeah, maybe just this once would use that YOLO saying that the kids like to toss around online. I had no clue what it even stood for, but YOLO swag. Okay. Wieso hast du keine Ahnung, was YOLO heißt? Google. After strapping on my backpack, I left my room and rode the elevator down onto ground floor. A woman stood behind the counter in the lobby ahead. The man from last night must have finished this shift. Good morning, the lady said. I caught her lips twitch, and I had a pretty good idea why. When I left my hair uncombed, my head looked like a mop after toilet cleaning. YOLO swag, though. I'm heading to the city, I said. What's the best way to get there? The woman pointed at the automatic doors. You can catch a tram from across the road. It will take you straight to the CBD. Have you got a Mikey card? Die wurde schon mal erwähnt. I shook my head and the lady pulled out a green plastic card from under her counter. Lucky last, she placed the card onto the table. There's a news agent just around the corner to your right. You can charge up the card there. Okay, gut. Dann machen wir hier das nächste Mal weiter. Und zwar diese Mikey Card, die braucht man eigentlich, die muss man eigentlich immer, wenn man in diese Trams geht, ist da irgendwie so ein Automat und da steckst du die kurz rein und dann wird da Geld von dir drauf getan, was du aufladen solltest, also chargen, was sie jetzt machen soll. Und ich weiß nicht, ob sie das am Anfang nicht eigentlich auch schon machen musste und da die ersten paar Male so mit schwarz gefahren ist. Aber okay. Heute ist der Tag, an dem Federation Square und Exilia. Vielleicht können wir sie ja nochmal treffen und irgendwie sagen, hier, machen wir nochmal den Post weg, war nicht so geil. Schon doof, wenn die Leute, die eigentlich dasselbe Lebensgefühl mit einem teilen, einen dann so runter machen. Aber okay. Gut. Da muss Vinti jetzt mit leben. Klar, wie sie bereits gesagt hat, niemand weiß, wer sie ist. Es ist nicht so schlimm. Aber ich mache ja auch nie irgendwo Werbung. Deshalb läuft hier auch nicht so viel. Okay, gut. Genug gequatscht. Ciao.